Hello guys, today I would like to introduce one of our partners and long-term friends and well, I guess trusted person, Ravi Virk, who is with us today. He is an angel investor and designated organization that he belongs to, authorized by the Government of Canada to issue what we call commitment certificates or letter of support, the most known title. So I have a few questions, and I would like to ask Ravi about those particular points in his process of assessing, processing candidates when he's helping people to come to Canada.
Well, yes, Dr. Alex, thank you very much for inviting me today for this small discussion. I'll be very happy to answer any questions you have.
Oh, fantastic. So the question number one, I guess, what is the role of angel investor? How you see yourself in this process?
See, my role, as I understand, is very critical to the overall process. So the Government of Canada had started this program a few years back, keeping in mind that this country expects overseas innovation and global skills to come under this program. So as an angel investor that I'm a member of a designated organization has been authorized by Government of Canada to process applications on this program. So my role is basically somewhere technically to make sure that the teams or individuals who come under this program, they qualify. So they should have some innovation as a part of their entrepreneurship, whether they were an entrepreneur or a professional in their home country, but also when they come here and start some project here, whether they can actually make it successful. Also to make sure that the project that they bring in here has some innovation in it. And also make sure that the team, if it's coming as a team, whether these people, they fit the bill, so to speak, under this program. So my role is to basically qualify the project or the innovative idea as we speak, and also the team that comes here.
Do you participate with them all the way until they land in Canada and beyond?
That's the real role here. That's why I call it as a critical role, right from start to finish, right from the point where I see that whether this person, this team, and the concept gets qualified under the program, and also to see whether I can help them to develop this project for them till they get their PR and beyond that also.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, Ravi. Question probably obvious for all applicants who come in to participate in this program. How you, as angel investor, assess, evaluate, and approve the concept or the project, because it's quite a task.
It's quite a task, but as Dr. Alex says, you are also familiar, you are a certified counselor under this program. So there's a process to it, and we have to conform to the definition of the program. Yes. The definition of an innovative idea is very simple. The idea should be somewhere very unique. It should have an element where if you are solving some problem that exists out there, and in the process you're commercially making it viable for yourself or the team that you're bringing. So basically it should be a commercially viable idea, and you're also solving some problem. That's one part of the innovative idea. Now the other component is that it should be internationally scalable. It should not be something very local, and it should not be something very even national. So once you have cracked that in an innovative idea, then you can move forward and see whether you can actually make this happen by starting it from within Canada, then taking it globally.
Well, I guess that's where your global vision helps, but people are people, and behind any idea you see the team sometimes. How you assess it? What you're looking for in the team of those partners for you, because obviously they will be your partners for a while.
Right. Yes, and just like any team, like if I become a partner with somebody, I just need to make sure that My partners are some very interactive. See, this whole process is not only very interactive between not one but three different agencies. One of the agencies is me as an angel investor. Other is, of course, the immigration authorities, and the third one is the designated organization. And you, Dr. Alex, as an immigration counselor, play also a very big role in it. So for me to be able to work with the team, what I want to see is that all the team members are able to work together in a small little ecosystem that we are creating here. And since it's a very participative program, where it's not just like you send in your documents and you get your PR. Somewhere you have to participate in extrapolating the whole project till you get your PR and beyond. So whether the team has that ability to do or not, can they interact and communicate with us? Do they have the relevant skills? Do they bring those skills, global skills, to this country? So my role is to see that it's not just one individual, but the whole team carries that weight, can carry that weight on their shoulders.
It's very complementary to what we're looking for when we deal with candidates, because we process every candidate individually. That means we can complement each other in terms of collaboration when we're working with the team, because what we're looking for, that every single person qualifies, but we also have to match them with other teammates, and that's where your knowledge of the team and support for the whole team comes very fits nicely into the process. And I think that's a great approach when angel investor or any designated investor works closely with Immigration Council. That's a must.
That's correct. That's how we also look at it, and we have to be a part of the system, and we follow the laws. Yeah.
Ravi, during my own seminars, when I talk to clients, they ask me, is there any particular sector of industry or economic sector where government making some preferences, and maybe designated organizations making some preferences among candidates, which business to support, which profile they like better, or like government maybe likes better. And I know it's hard for people to change direction, it's almost impossible, but really, do they have to worry about that? Like maybe government is not that picky. I mean, what criteria for business?
Actually, it's a very interesting question, Dr. Alex. I mean, I'm also actually asked this question many times when people ask me, like, look, I have this background, can I be a part of this program? So, no, government doesn't have any preference per se. I mean, it's a startup visa, so you could be having a startup venture in any field, logistics, health, IT, agriculture, you name it. Any sector that you're. And but what we are looking for in a team or a project is something different, as I explained earlier. We're looking for people who can be very interactive, have the requisite skill sets to bring in here. So long as you can somehow connect those dots, then the industry doesn't really matter as much. It may matter to a certain angel investor as such, based on his or her background. For me, I'm very flexible. I have had various experiences in my life, different types. But yes, when you approach an angel investor, that angel investor might have some preferences. Yes. But as far as the government is concerned, it's an open field. You can try anything.
That's, I guess, gives a lot of hopes.
And that's why this visa is so successful so far, because people from all walks of life have come and
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very interesting question just came to my mind. Okay, let's say somebody approaching you and saying, I have an idea, you like the idea, you like the person or the team of people. How the process works?
Yes, it's
from that point.
So it's interesting, but also this is the core of this whole program. This process sets this program apart from other programs. There's a program called Shark Tank. There's a franchise, Shark Tank US, Shark Tank Canada. Yeah. There's a Shark Tank in India as well these days. So if you watch that program, there's a process of qualifying teams as well as projects. So this program also somehow works on the same lines. You approach me, let's say you're an individual or a set of teams. So you come to me and you say, well, this is an idea. So of course I will do my own qualification, but once we go through that stage, we then approach the designated organization. And so the process is something like this, that mostly these days it happens on Zoom, that you will come on Zoom, out of the 3 or 4 members, one of them will become a presenter. You'll present or pitch your idea.
Yes.
To a set of angel investors. And these investors will then assess you, and you will be given a certain time. Now different designated organizations may have different timelines. Maybe somebody will give you 90 seconds, some organization will give you more. But under those 90 seconds or so, you have to pitch your idea in front of a panel of investors. So these investors then will ask you a few questions to see whether you really can do this. And then you might be asked to come to another round if that's the process, qualifying process for that DO. And so once you go through that stage, then it's the responsibility of the DO to qualify your team. And if they see that you fit the bill, then they may approve your idea and also your team. And if you go through that stage, then you're offered a letter of support to the entire team as such. So that's the whole process. You pitch your idea. You go through the approval stage, and if your idea is approved, then you're offered a letter of support.
And when you say you're obviously there to support the team all the time.
Exactly. So I'll be there, and of course
they will be lost without
absolutely.
it.
So our team, and we do help the team present their ideas in a very professional way. We basically prepare them with that, so that there are no steps that are not followed properly. So there is a protocol to be followed. So we do help them with that. So the entire process, we are there with them till they get the letter of support.
Well, thank you very much, Ravi. It was very informative, very to the point, and I hope listeners like it. And I always encourage people to search more information, ask us about anything that you found contradictory or confusing online. That's what immigration counsels are for. But that's the subject of another conversation. For now, I think we should appreciate Ravi's presence and his little peek in his kitchen and his little sauce he shared with us. And I think he got a very nice recipe book. And because I know he is successful in what he does, and we really like to work with him as angel investor. Thank you very much, guys.